Okay guys, I know this has been a long-awaited video for me, but I'll be answering your guys' prayers. Today, I will be beating off on camera for you guys. Shout out to Pistachio's Eye on Top for the video request. If you got a video request, fuck you. Okay guys, here we go. I'm gonna censor this for privacy reasons, but just let me unbuckle this real quick. I promise you my dick and balls are out right now, and yeah, let's get started. You know why I watch Dragon Ball? Not for the awesome fights, or the compelling story, or the interesting characters. I watch it for the baddies. For today's video, I'll be ranking the baddest Dragon Ball women. Shout out to Crazy Dave and Sonic Wind Production for the video request. If you've got a video request, don't be scared to say it in the comments because I'll kill myself if you don't. Now, it's hard to rank women on how bad they are because it's a very subjective topic for everyone. I might think Sheila is bad, but the next guy says, no, she's chopped, Ribrianne's bad. So in order to make the list non-biased and non-opinion based as possible, I'll be ranking these women by how many search results they have on Rule 34. And if a character has multiple different search result criterias, for example, if Kale has 3,836 results and Kale Berserker has 568 results, I'll add them up together. So Kale would have a total of 4,404 results on Rule 34. And these results are as of recording this video. So if you see that Hellas from Universe 2 has 148 results on this video, but then you check Rule 34 and see that she actually has like 4,000 results, that's not my problem. By the way, Hellas is not in this video, sorry. I'll also give my insight and opinion on the ladies, but that will not change the rankings in any way. I'll just be adding my 2 cents is all. And as for the characters chosen for this list, I've only picked the female Dragon Ball characters that are commonly lusted for by the community. So if you don't see your all-goddess Suno's mom, it's probably because there's a collective 3 of you who even remember her. And also, no minors were allowed on here so I don't get canceled. So no Pan, no Aurelie, and no Bulla. If you got a problem with that, you probably should just keep that to yourself unless you want to end up on the FBI watch list. Also, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I do edits for every character I put in my videos. But unfortunately, my shit-ass, useless piece of garbage USB hard drive got corrupted, and I lost all of my edits on there because I'm an idiot and decided to put my entire YouTube livelihood on a $50 USB storage drive. So because of that, I'm only going to be doing edits for the top 5. I know it sucks and I'm sorry, but it was either this or delay this video, and I think it's been long enough. Also, warning, this video may come off as sexist and misogynistic, and honestly, just click off now, because I'm not gonna lie, the shit I say on here, it's not my best look. But look at the date, so see, I can say whatever I want, I'm in the clear here. You can't cancel me.
Go ahead though, cancel me, I don't care.
Right, enough of the teasing. Unbuckle that belt, grab that lotion, lock that door, put this on full brightness, turn on screen rotation, because this is what you're here for. Kicking off with our last place baddie in 17th place is Princess Snake. Princess Snake only has 126 results on Rule 34. Makes sense, she was seen in literally only 1 episode, and it was a filler one. Do any of you guys even know she exists? But she really doesn't look all that bad too. She has a pretty nice body. Her entire character was pretty much just trying to tempt Goku into being a personal living dildo. But our goat saw that he can't ruin his true self status messing with a foid like her. Anyways, moving on from her, our 16th place is Mai. You gotta be wary about the dudes who say Mai is bad, because they could be talking about any one of these. Let's just hope and assume the results on Rule 34 are about this Mai, just to give faith to the human race. But honestly, I'm very surprised to see Mai this low compared to the others above her, with her only having 756 results on Rule 34, because Mai actually has a lot of screen time, being shown since OG Dragon Ball to even now. But yet people make more fan art of filler characters compared to her. Maybe fans don't want to draw her that much because they can't get behind the whole age gap shit that both Mais are doing with Kid and future Trunks. That's what I personally think, because I for sure do not like the character for that reason. Anyways, moving on to our 15th place is Fasha. Me, personally, I ain't gonna lie, I think Fasha is chop shit. Call me a dick, but she's just not it. However, she's a Saiyan who murders and kills, so I don't think she really cares if anyone thinks she's bad or not. But people must have agreed with me though, because she only has 810 results on Rule 34. It's very interesting though. On Rule 34, if you look up Fasha, you don't get any results. But if you use her Japanese name, Serapa, that's when you find the gold. Alright, moving on to our 14th place is Zengia. Zengia looks pretty similar to Princess Snake. Sure, that might sound a little racist, but I mean, come on. She's got blue skin and orange hair, plus a pretty nice butt. Zengia was only in 1 non-canon movie, and she didn't really have any real speaking lines. In the Budokai Tenkaichi games though, Zangia takes a liking to Krillin, which 18 does not approve of.
Your man's kinda cute. Skank.
I don't know what kind of cologne or pheromones Krillin is wearing, because when you have these two fighting over you, you kind of have to realize there's something going on here. Zangia has 862 results on Rule 34, so around the same ballpark as Fasha. Alright, next up in 13th place is Gine. Despite the literal mother of the Big G having the least amount of screen time out of anyone on this list, she still has 937 results on Rule 34. That's pretty impressive. Could you imagine what the scene would be like if Gine had been revealed back in the 90s? That's a what if up there with if Bo Jackson never got injured, because whoo boy, Gine could have been easily top 5 on here. Me, personally, yeah, Gine's fine shit. She's a Saiyan just like Fasha, but unlike Fasha, Gine really isn't the violent type, as we see her being at home prepping dinner for her family. Don't get it twisted though, Gine has definitely murdered and slaughtered the innocent before, as her official origin story is that she used to be a part of Bardock's crew. Honestly, if you ask me, that's even better. Cooler gets it.
You take a picture with your ass out and your back bent in with your pussy barely peeking through from a low angle with your face in it, winking with your tongue out and your feet in it.
But anyways, moving on to our 12th place is Marin. Honestly, I get it, bro. I mean, look at this body. That's a 10 right there. No, I'm just pranking. This Marin, of course. This Marin isn't on this list, by the way. But this Marin right here is the baddie. Now, in reality, she's just a really more busty Bulma. So it's like you'd think she'd have thousands of results, right? Shockingly, Marin only has 1,138 results. To be fair, she was only in a few episodes, and in my honest opinion of her, she fucking sucks. And that's just because she's a spoiled, high-maintenance Giga Stacy who only used Krillin for his cash. And don't give me that,
oh, she said she would have married Krillin if he asked.
yeah, acting like she didn't get in some random rich asshole's car 20 seconds after saying that. I mean, it still counts as a pull for Krillin. Yet another addition to his repertoire. But anyways, moving on to 11th place is Vados. A literal angel is on this list, but yet only 11th place. That's how you know we got some all-stars on here. I know I've said this a lot before, but I'm kind of shocked Vados is this low. Considering that when she first came out, we all saw the YouTube thumbnails and art of her with a BBL shipped with Goku and Kaba, and pretty much everyone. Even with that whole epidemic, Vados only has 1,822 results on Rule 34. As for what I think of her, yeah, she's actually kind of fine, but my god, she's just a dick. At any given point, Vados always tries to sell Champa's bag and get him damn near killed by Zeno, or makes Champa look bad in front of anyone and body slams him and throws money at him and calls him little bro. She's also shown to be pretty controlling and bossy towards Champa too, but some of y'all like that and see it as mommy material. She just sucks. Plus, when Champa got erased, she didn't really look like she kind of gave a fuck compared to her sister Brandy, who was seen to be pretty distraught when her destroyer got erased. Also, yeah, sorry, but Brandy ain't on this list for the reason that her name isn't even Brandy, it's Kusu. But you still believe me because you couldn't give a damn about her character. Anyways, moving on to 10th place is Launch. Now, this really hurts me to see Launch this low because she makes my personal top 5. I would have thought a 2-in-1 would have hit home harder for some of y'all. You get one timid, kind-hearted, sweet person, and you also get an attitude-filled, feisty blonde. Nonetheless, though, the numbers don't lie, as Launch only has a collective 2,135 results on Rule 34. Really surprising, since Launch's first purpose in Dragon Ball was to be literal eye candy for Master Roshi. Launch might not have that many results though, because Dragon Ball fans have never actually watched OG Dragon Ball. They've only watched Z and Super, two shows that Launch has been shown for a collective 4 seconds. So for all you guys that don't really know her, I'm showing you all her now. Take her all in and start appreciating her the way that I do.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight.
Whoa. Sorry there. I didn't mean to almost unleash the beast within me. I just get so wild when my women are at risk. Okay, enough with that. Moving on to 9th place is Chilai. Now, I know some of you guys are fuming that your petite Chilai ain't at top 3, but I'm just the messenger, dude, and the numbers here don't lie. Chilai has 3,004 results on Rule 34. But honestly, that's pretty impressive because Chilai has 0 anime episode screen time, and she has only been seen as a side character in 2 movies. As for what I think, yeah, she's crackable, and I'm sure Beerus would agree too. Plus, she's actually a pretty developed character compared to the others on this list. She seemed to be very loyal to both her partner Lemos and to especially Broly, as she used up a whole Shinron wish to save Broly's life, and she was ready to throw down with the big coup when she saw him on Vampa. But with all these pros, I'm gonna call you guys out. Let's be real. If this scene right here never happened, Chilai would only be as half as popular as she is now. This scene too. I'm sure you petite lovers out there immediately busted out your drawing tablets after seeing this. Alrighty, in our 8th place is Kale. Kale is honestly an underrated funny to pick, because you don't really see much of her compared to Caulifla. This is probably due to the fact that she barely has any real speaking lines. She's also got a split personality because she's very shy and timid, but can switch to being all angry and pissed. So because she's not a very fleshed out character, you'd think she wouldn't have much art, but she has 4,403 results on Rule 34. And I really think it's because she has a very close resemblance to that one bitch from My Hero Academia, the one that can make shit out of her tits. And that fandom is one of the most goon-heavy fandoms of anything. So it makes sense for some of that to trickle down to Kale. I just think it's great that she's a shy, timid, petite woman, or buff, high-energy muscle mommy. Gives me more variety during my gooning sessions. But let's look at the person whose shadow she's usually in, with our 7th place being Caulifla. Caulifla is definitely the more gooned upon character compared to Kale, and there's reasons for it. Firstly is the fact that she's way more prominent on screen. Also for the fact that she's a fraud-ass bitch who unlocks Super Saiyan in the most stupidest fucking way ever, but whatever. We've heard enough of the back tingle shit. Caulifla is a very outgoing, cocky, arrogant-ass girl, which gives her a lot more character than Kale. Now, for me personally, I'm not gonna lie, she's really not all that. I just think Kale clears. So what? She shows a little midriff, big deal, but literally because of these few frames right here, she's been given an edge in Rule 34 artwork of her, with having 6,106 results. But let's look at the best of both worlds from these two, because our next person up is none other than Kefla in 6th place. Yeah, I'm gonna put Kefla as a separate character on here because she literally is. For starters, she's the most popular out of the 3. So much so that she's just one of the most popular Dragon Ball Super characters in general. When she first pulled up, dudes were quick to drawing her ass getting BBC'd on Wi-Fi. And as far as her personality goes, honestly, I don't really like it that much. She's been seen disrespecting the big go, and she's a lot more brash compared to Caulifla. I mean, just like Caulifla, I really don't think she's all that. But the numbers don't lie, because she has 6,271 results on Rule 34. I mean, I get where you guys are coming from. Her abs, the fat ass and yoga pants, the sports bra. I get what you guys are putting down, but I'm just not picking it up. Okay, next up is our one honorable mention, that being John Dragon Ball. Okay, moving on, now is our top 5. These girls all have at least Rule 34 search results in the 5 digits, with the gap between Kefla and the 5th place being almost double. These girls are in a whole other league, and the one to kick off these all-stars is none other than... What, you didn't think I was going to put Android 21 on here? Of course I am, because I know my shit. Now, Android 21 is a special case, because she's not actually from the anime or the manga. She's from the video games. But you think that's going to stop people from doing what they do best? Fuck no. People are so thirsty for this chick that she has 5 whole different search criterias on Rule 34. When you add them all up, you get a whopping 10,372 results. Do you see what I'm saying on the gap between her and Kefla? And it's not hard to see why, because there's just so much. For starters, she's got 2 different looks, the Majin one and the lab coat one. You're getting a curvy Majin who eats people and sounds like an English hentai voice actress. And you're getting a curvy scientist in boots that also sounds like an English hentai voice actress.
I may look like an adult, but technically I'm not even 10 years old. Not even 10 years old.
Plus, she's pretty dummy mommy, because her Majin one turns people into sweets and eats them. So that's something for the vor lovers out there. And her lab coat variation has a move that stomps on your nuts. So, I mean, that's something. Really, she's kind of only really known for the porn, because she's not really that complex of a character. Can you guys actually tell me what her real name is? I'll give you 3 seconds. If you answered Volmy, you either looked it up or have a hyper fascination of her and probably need to reflect on yourself. But anyways, on to our 4th place. Who is... Now, the most talked about Videl is always the high school Videl. I normally wouldn't put her on here for that, but she's really popular, and this list wouldn't be complete without her. So let's hypothetically say that she's 18 and we're 14. That way we're the victims. Plus, she's still in Dragon Ball Super as legal age, so I mean, she counts. But honestly, both Z and Super Videl could be 2 different characters. Z Videl was seen as a spunky, attitude-filled, tough, independent tomboy. She could pass as a tsundere too, since she seemed to be giving Gohan nothing but attitude in the beginning of the Buu saga. But in Dragon Ball Super, Super, her spunky tomboy attitude is just completely gone, and she's just a stay-at-home mom, which some people might see as a downgrade, but I'm gonna be real with you tsundere lovers. You guys think you want a girl who always gives you attitude but secretly loves you? And sure, that might be great for the first few weeks, but after a while, I guarantee you will get tired of it real fast. But yeah, Videl went from scrapping with Broly and getting literally mauled to death by Spopovich to the sweet, calm, caring wife and mother. I really think Dragon Ball Super Videl is slept on, because at one point in it, Videl gets shown pictures of Gohan allegedly cheating on her, but Videl rips them up and says that they're bullshit because she knows Gohan would never pull something like that. Sure, that was a filler episode, but it still shows how loyal Videl is. As far as appearances go, most people usually go for the long hair Videl and usually never talk about the Dragon Ball Super Videl, or even the GT Videl. I can't give my opinion, as 3 of her appearances would land me in jail, so you guys tell me in the comments which Videl is your favorite, using a VPN and spam account bought from the dark web. You're gonna want to keep that VPN handy, as Videl's Rule 34 search results is 11,844, and unfortunately they are mostly of high school Videl, and it'll probably stay that way unless Dragon Ball Super makes her relevant again. Moving on from Videl though, we move on to the one who will take the bronze, as our third place is...
If you wanna be with me, baby, there's a price to pay.
Alright, let's first address the elephant in the room. Everybody knows of Chi-Chi and her fascist-ass parenting of being annoying, nagging, and just being unsupportive towards her family. Now, yes, she just wants the best for her kids, but when your husband is eating food with universal gods and angels, and your son vaporizes a solar system-destroying bug, you kinda have to realize you can't treat them like a normal household. But as much of an annoying bitch that she is, she's also the most loyal woman in this entire list. Because while she is very strict with her kids, she also has to deal with a bum-ass husband who's either dead or pissing off training somewhere. The most vulnerable Chi-Chi has ever been was in the 7-year gap between the Cell and Buu arc, as Goku was dead that entire time and Chi-Chi had to raise Goten all by herself then. She could have easily found like some random ex-felon with tattoos and a Camaro to come play stepdaddy, but nope. 7 years without seeing Goku, and as soon as she hears that she can even catch a glimpse of him, she immediately starts thinking of how to doll herself up. Rule 34 artists must have taken a notice of that too, as she has a whole 15,633 results. Now, some of those are actually art of Kid Chi-Chi, and I want to expedite those results, but I don't want to sit there and look at literal Club Penguin to do that. But in my opinion, I'm sure everyone agrees with me that Chi-Chi just looks so much better with the bangs. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing holding her back from being number 1 or 2. Chi-Chi had potential, but our next woman up can tell you why Chi-Chi isn't in the top 2, with our silver medalist being...
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah.
Android 18 was every kid who watched Dragon Ball's childhood crush. Cause I mean, can you blame them? Android 18 is fine. God damn. And the best part is that she's part robot. So from what we've seen so far, she can't physically age. So she's 24/7 till death, always gonna be looking like some sweet young meat. Sorry, MILF lovers, but you are not gonna find what you want with Miss Lazuli here.
Treat me like white teeth.
And I don't know about you, but I love me some strong-headed women. And 18 is exactly that. A calm, confident, protective woman who's grown into a more caring person from being an arrogant, cold-hearted villain. Her loyalty is crazy. She met Krillin, a 5'0" bald dude with no nose, and decided, yep, I'm having this guy's kid. Now really, that's credit to Krillin for putting up a triple-double performance of Riz, but 18 still stays with him throughout everything. Now, most marriages, after a while, the couples fall out of love for each other, and they're honestly just with each other because of their kids. But let's check in on how 18 sees Krillin after years of marriage.
Well, see ya, babe.
He's so cool.
She says that even though Krillin lost like 2 feet between Z and Super. And as for the Rule 34, yeah, it's a lot. With 26,266, gapping Chi-Chi by a good amount. But even with this high search result amount, Android 18 is still only second. As we move on to the queen of Dragon Ball herself.
Sits on his broke ass soul. No, I don't want your number. No, I don't wanna give you mine. And no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere. No, don't want none of your time. And no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
If Android 18 wasn't number 1, then you all knew Bulma was going to take the crown. It really was a competition between these two, but the gap between Bulma and Android 18 isn't actually that close. Before I get into what I mean by that, let's just look into the character of Bulma herself. Bulma is an all-in-one package. She was the first female character we ever saw in Dragon Ball, so she had an edge on everyone by having the most screen time out of any of the Dragon Ball women. Problem is though, when we first saw Bulma, she was 16 years old. However, this is Japan, where the age of consent was 13 years old, so that did not stop Toriyama from drawing her like this, and this, and these. And he made Bulma do this and this, which is literal Club Penguin, dude. But that was the 80s. What makes Bulma the absolute GOAT is the longevity of her. Even once Toriyama stopped doing his pervert shit and started making Dragon Ball for real OG studs in the 90s, Bulma survived the lewd purge that Launch, Mai, and even Chi-Chi had received. This is because Bulma is one of the only characters in Dragon Ball to change her hairstyle on multiple occasions. So this means there are many flavors that Bulma comes in. Some might like the Fro Bulma, some might like Cell Saga Bulma, some might like Dragon Ball Super Bulma. There's pretty much a Bulma for every occasion, and each one as fine as the next. Plus, what makes Bulma the GOAT is her personality and character. Bulma is a smart, temperamental, strong, feisty, and all other adjectives woman, and only someone of her caliber is worthy for the Prince of all Saiyans. You guys gotta understand, Bulma, who used purely her charm and character, managed to tame Vegeta, who not even a month ago was almost blowing up the planet and murdering and killing and pillaging. That is not a task anyone can do. I don't even think Chi-Chi could be able to do that. And some of you guys might say,
Oh well, Bulma was cheating on Yamcha with Vegeta and cucked him.
and if you say that, then I know you guys are real true Dragon Ball fans, since Yamcha cheated on Bulma earlier. Plus, we know now that Bulma uses Shinron and the help from Dr. Hito to make herself look younger, which just keeps her longevity even more. Because, I mean, even at 50 years old, she's looking great. But alright, to tell you guys what you guys want to hear, her search result count. Bulma has a whopping 31,382 results on Rule 34. But here's what I meant when I said Android 18 and her aren't even close. How Rule 34 works is that they only give you 10 different search criterias at a time. If you see here, all 10 of these results are Bulma. So this means Bulma most likely has more than these results shown. They just aren't shown due to the 10 results limit. So Bulma's actual Rule 34 results is 31,382 plus. That's more than a 5,116 difference between her and Android 18. That means you can fit all of Princess Snake's, Mai's, Fasha's, Zangia's, and Gine's search results in between this gap and still have leftovers, undeniably making Bulma the GOAT and queen of Dragon Ball characters.
Just keep in mind that doesn't give you a license to start getting flirty, irresistible as I might be.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for now. By the way, this video was an April Fool's video if you couldn't tell. Also, make sure to tell me in the comments below who your favorite female Dragon Ball character is. But if you say some bullshit like Colonel Violet, I'm blocking you from my channel. Make sure to also leave a comment for a video request. It can be literally anything you want. You see that I'm doing them, so don't be shy to say it. I can't guarantee you though that it'll come out quick because you guys obviously see the gaps between my uploads. Other than all that, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!